Now to express the opinion of the management, here is Robert J. Williamson, Vice President and General Manager of WOR-TV.
Our intelligence gathering agencies have come under much scrutiny, and to an extent it has been a good thing. But the drive to open the FBI and the CIA to public view has gone so far as to become a danger itself. Blowing the cover of our foreign agents, for example, could result in more tragedies like the murder of Agent Richard Welch. Likewise, attacks on the FBI because of individual improprieties ignore the Bureau's basic integrity. It's a neglected truism that we only hear about these agencies' failures, but rarely learn of their accomplishments. Perhaps we've lulled ourselves into believing the CIA belongs to the Cold War. Unfortunately, the real world still has nuclear weapons, ambitious dictators, wars, and espionage. The Soviet KGB is probably more active in our country than it ever has been. The need for the FBI is obvious as well. Since 1971, terrorists have been linked to at least 43 murders of policemen, and bombings are increasing in numbers and brutality. A Lewis Harris survey found that despite awareness of agency mistakes, the American people, by a 78-12 margin, agree that it is very important that we have the best foreign intelligence agency in the world. The CIA and the FBI might still occasionally pursue their duties further than they should, but there can be no doubt that our security and liberties are related to their continued and proper effectiveness. Under these conditions, both agencies deserve our active support, and that's our opinion. I'm Bob Williamson.
This has been a WOR-TV editorial presented in the interest of our viewers. Comments on our editorial opinions are welcome, and we recognize our obligation to broadcast contrasting views of responsible spokesmen in order to achieve a balanced presentation on this issue. Watch World Mission Special, a 5-hour telecast beginning next Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. This is WOR-TV, New York. And a good morning from Channel 9 News. This is Bob Jordan with the latest news, sports, and weather. Cloudy skies, 43 degrees on a Saturday morning, February 14th, 1976. A happy Valentine's Day to you, too. Cloudy and turning colder overnight with a chance of a few brief showers, lows in the mid-30s, becoming sunny and seasonal today with a high 40 to 45. In world news this morning, a CBS correspondent, Daniel Shore, says it was he who gave a copy of the Secret House intelligence report to a New York weekly newspaper, The Village Voice, which published parts of it. Shore says he did not want to cooperate in the total suppression of a report originally meant for public distribution. Says Shore, CBS broadcast highlights of the report before he gave it to The Village Voice. Controversy over bribes amounting to millions of dollars paid to foreign officials led yesterday to the resignation of the chairman of the board and the vice chairman of Lockheed Aircraft Corporation. The resignations were submitted at Lockheed's corporate offices in Burbank, California by Daniel Houghton, who will reach retirement in September of this year, and by Carol Kochian, the former president who was named vice chairman in October. Robert Hack of Potomac, Maryland, a member of the board since 1972, and former president of the New York Stock Exchange, was named interim board chairman. There was speculation of a top management shakeup after Lockheed came under severe criticism for bribing foreign officials, particularly in Japan, Italy, Turkey, and the Netherlands. In Amsterdam, the European representative of Lockheed said he will prove that Prince Bernhard did not accept a bribe of more than $1 million to promote aircraft sales. The husband of Queen Juliana is under investigation by a government-appointed commission following charges by Lockheed that a high Dutch official accepted the bribe. The big war for Angola appears to be all but over. Now, perhaps a little war will begin. Pro-Western forces in Angola have conceded battlefield defeat to Soviet tanks and Cuban troops, but vow to wage guerrilla war against the communist armies. The Soviet